Hello everyone, I'm that Amy girl, and I am just showing you a mural in the small town that I am currently visiting. We are in Sykesville, Maryland. So today I'm going to give you a little overview of the history and show you the main street. Now, I recently found out that the main street here was awarded Great American Main Street for 2026 by Main Street America. Now, I could go into what that means and how that comes to be, but that's a lot of detail for this early in the morning. So I will put that information in my description because a lot of the towns I'm going to be visiting here in the next videos will be Main Street America communities, accredited communities here in Maryland, because I am in Maryland currently. So we're going to do an overview of history, and we're going to do a lot of looking around at the main street and the town itself, because you know this is mainly a travel channel, but also a little bit of history. So a little bit of history, a lot of travel. Welcome to my world, won't you please? Come on in. Alright, now as you've probably noticed, there's a lot going on around here today. It seems that there is a festival happening this weekend, and I see some road work happening, so that's all. We're about to have a truck pass by. But I want to talk about the place I'm about to go in first, because I cannot start without coffee, and that is the French Twist Cafe. Now, the French Twist Cafe is the place to go for coffee, is what I'm seeing here. So that is what I'm going to do. But it is also owned by a French immigrant who came here, I believe in 1996, and wanted to start an authentic place with French treats, specifically crepes or crepes. Je veux une crêpe. So I'm gonna go get some coffee and a crepe. Let's go check it out. Honestly, I don't feel like it gets better than this. And that is a blueberry and banana crepe. Alright, so I am now leaving the French Twist with coffee still in hand. It's that kind of day, coffee, hoodie weather. This is like 57 degrees today, so it's kind of like a brisk day. Alright, I'm going to show you a couple things, highlight a couple things before I actually walk through Main Street. This fountain, this is the Centennial Fountain. Sykesville was incorporated as a town in 1904, and this fountain marks the 100-year anniversary of the town, which was, of course, in 2004. Alright, and now there's something else I want to show you over here. Some really cool metal art. Sykesville Main Street. And then I'm going to show you a couple other things that are here. It's a little busy, so I have to keep kind of paying attention to what's going on with the traffic today. Alright, and over here they have a Sykesville and Patapsco Railway car. I'm going to get out of the road, because like I said, it's busy today. So, there it is. Now, it looks like this will be open later this weekend, and inside there is a model train that you can check out. Alright. And up here you'll see, right there, you'll see that there is some construction going on right there. That is because They are adding on to the train station here for a restaurant called Lib's Grill. Not sure the exact date of the opening, but it is coming soon. And so, the B&O Railroad originally started here, or came here in, I believe, 1831. So, I'm pausing because of all of the traffic and noise, because I don't know if you'll be able to hear me over it, and I don't want to have to yell over it. It's all right here. So the B&O Railroad was here, and then there was a passenger car service for a long time. The main line ran through here. It is now all cargo and freight. This that you're looking at here is Baldwin Station, which was built in, I think 1884. There's a sign over here, so I'm going to check my dates. But Baldwin Station was built after the flood that occurred here in 1864, which destroyed much of the town. Let's see, yeah, 1884, I was correct. And then, as this states, the passenger car service was discontinued in 1949. I'd love to talk about the architecture, but I don't think you're going to hear me with all this noise. So you'll just have to check it out for yourself. I'm going to walk up here, over here, and come around so that I don't have to cross this big section, I hope, where all the work is going on. I promise you the town is not always this noisy. So for some perspective, I did choose towns that I'm a little bit or somewhat familiar with, but also wanted to know more about the history. I learned quite a bit about Sykesville. I grew up nearby, which I'll show that town in the next video where I grew up. So just wanted to check out areas that I wanted to know a little more about. Right, we're going past all the noise. So you will notice that a lot of the stores are boutiques and antique shops. I'm missing some of them because unfortunately all the noise is right there. This is Park Books on Main. As we know, we will bypass the bookstore so that I don't spend a fortune. I'm going to do the same thing I did in Ohio. I'm going to walk the main street, show you the main street and talk a little bit, and then walk down the other side. Now, I know I'm stopping here because the physical therapy office, I know right above there, used to be a silent movie theater. It's a windows down kind of day, that's all I can say. That's why you're hearing some music there in the background. Not a lot I can do about that one until they pass, of course. You have the Main Street Bistro. Alright. And then we have the Cowboys and Angels Boutique. I'm going to show you this from the outside for a second, and then I am going to go inside and see if I could possibly... Oh my gosh, I love that. Look at that. How cute. And of course, the cowboy boots. Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. And right next to Cowboys and Angels is Foxy Boutique. And following that, we have Baldwin Streets. Okay, and then just continuing on Main Street, we have Sorella on Main. It looks like there's some jewelry there. Unwind, house-made candles and local artisan goods. Another store. Now, what you haven't seen is I have stopped in a couple of the shops, and I ended up just talking with a lot of the owners. Annie from Cowboys and Angels, Leo from Foxy Boutique. They are really amazing people, and part of the reason I like doing this is the small town feel, the community, and they definitely have that here, and I can 100% see why. Not just because of the beauty, but because of the people, that Sykesville, Maryland is great American Main Street for 2026. You can definitely see it. Alright, let's check out a few more places. So we have Georgie Lou's, sorry. Children's consignment. Alright, there's a skate shop, and actually there is a skate park here in Sykesville. If I have time, I might show it to you. And they have the locomotive. A lot of these are boutiques and shops. And then there's the tea room where you can have tea service. I'm still sipping my coffee, so we will skip that for now. And there's a pillar here for the Strawbridge Home for Boys. And you can read that. Basically, the Strawbridge Home was dedicated to the protection, training, and development of young boys in need in Baltimore and Wilmington conferences of the Methodist Church. St. Paul's was the church home for the boys. This monument honors all of those who called themselves Strawbridge Boys. So the monument there. Oh, look, I found a rock. Oh, there's quite a few of the rocks over here. And there's the church. We'll walk up and just take a look at the church real quick. Lots of little rocks. I love these rocks. I think they're just so much fun. And I'm gonna walk up to the church and turn around. Well, there are a few other things out that way. Just gets a little wonky as far as traffic and sidewalks are concerned. But look at these beautiful buildings. They're just so gorgeous. Really cool mural. As you get closer, you can see that there's a map. Welcome to Sykesville. So they are gearing up for the Art and Wine Festival tomorrow. So a lot of the businesses are busy with getting things ready for all of the people who will be shopping. Well, I was told there were like up to 2,000 or so people come in to town. Bucket Financial Group. And then we're heading back kind of down the other way. Like I said, I would like to show you the stores that are on the other side where this construction is going on. I just don't think you're going to hear me, and it's super busy. They're paving the road over there, which is a good thing. Definitely need to keep up with the upkeep of the town. I'm just going to finish out Main Street here, and then we're going to go to a few locations that I want to show you. So I didn't show you inside the boutiques. I considered it and I considered taking pictures, but honestly the thing is you should come. You should really come. Now you can see from the outside of Annie's store, Cowboys and Angels, some of her beautiful clothing and jewelry. Also Foxy Boutique, that's Leo's store, has some beautiful clothing and jewelry as well. All the stores are gorgeous. There's so much. I've walked through a couple of stores, or more than a couple, quite a few stores. Alright, so now we have E.W. Beck's. And as you can see, this is a restaurant and pub downtown here. It is quite a large building. I can show you from a different angle. This is not the best angle because I'm right along the street. Aside from that, you can hear all of the noise. So, alright, so I just left Revive and Company. Now, I am showing you the outside again because what I learned about this building was quite interesting. It actually used to be a gas station, a filling station. And so that's the building there. And I thought that was interesting because I did not come across that information. Of course, there was so much information. There's so much history here that it was almost overwhelming. Maybe it was a little overwhelming. Sorry for the noise. We're in that busy section right now. So, yeah, I thought that was very interesting. And then back here again. So I'm gonna walk up this hill up here. There's something I want you to see, but it will be noisy. Okay, I walked up the hill to show you this Little Sykes Railway Park. And as you can see, it's open Sundays from Memorial Day to Labor Day, so not open yet. And today is Friday, so it wouldn't be open today anyway. And I'm just gonna walk up a little closer, show you what it is actually. So if you come out here to Sykesville with the kids, they can ride a train. And it's a little miniature train. As you can see, there's the rolls. And I'll show you some of the track. Well, maybe all of the track. Just a fun little thing to do. They have a whole, I'm loving the train station down here. So I'm gonna go down here and show you the station. You see they have some scenery of Sykesville, and then the tunnel, a covered bridge kind of tunnel. And yes, it's gravel, that's what you're hearing. And then they have the ticket station here, which is really, really cool. So my aim is to get you to come to Sykesville and any of the places that I go to, because life is way too short to not go see some places and travel. And there are some amazing people here. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. We're going to head somewhere else. Welcome to Take 100 of this one. Okay. All right. This one's for my outdoorsy people. We are going to take a little walk through Carrie Dorsey Park. Just a small walk to be outside. It is actually getting nicer and a little bit warmer. It is now about 66 degrees outside. And I just wanted to talk to you about a few things and give you another reason to come to Sykesville. You can take a nice little stroll through the park. Alright, so you're probably wondering, how did Sykesville get its name? That was from James Sykes, and he purchased about 1,000 acres, I believe, from the Patterson family, and that is mostly known as downtown Sykesville today. Now, another fun fact, history fact, is that the main street as we know it, I mentioned that there was a flood in 1868. The main street was moved. So the main street was not originally there where it is now. Due to the flood, things got moved up. And quite a gorgeous view out here, if I do say so. And I didn't think it would be. I thought today was going to be a bit cold, but it ended up being a perfect day for this stroll, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to go up to the pond that you'll see here in a little bit and back around to my car. So I'm just gonna walk over to the pond here and turn around. That, I hope it gives you a good feel of why Sykesville was voted Great America Main Street for 2026 by Main Street America. I wish I'd been able to show a couple of the other places, just their storefronts at least, which is mainly what I've done, so that you could see what else Sykesville has to offer. But again, highly recommend you go to their website or to the Gatehouse Museum website. Lots and lots of information there on everything, or the town of Sykesville, of course. You can get their websites. All of that will be in the description for this video. Thank you for watching. If you've watched this far, if you'd like to support, I do have Buy Me a Coffee. That link will also be in the description. And next time, we'll check out another Main Street, Maryland, Main Street America accredited town. Until then, go chase your dreams.